everybody. Good pre-evening. Are you okay? Well, busy day. Okay, so tonight, it's pre-evening. Oh, hello. Bit of Christmas interlude. This is the problem, isn't it? Now the clacks are... the clacks. I'm going to start again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live here on Be Crafty at 5 p.m. What's happening is, I don't know. We are doing a live to show some more using the new Be Crafty Christmas stamps. Hello, Alison. But yeah, what I was trying to say before was, now the clocks have gone back. 5 o'clock no longer feels like afternoon, does it? It now feels like evening. But it's not. It's pre-evening, according to Sheldon Cooper. So that's okay. Pre-evening is okay. It's like the bit between afternoon and evening. Pre-evening. Alright, I'm now definitely waffling. Okay, so, did you catch Sam's awesome live earlier using the new MDF mini bauble pop-outs? If you didn't catch that, I would advise you to go back and watch, because it's how Sam, you look at the pop-outs, and obviously we use them as MDF, and as embellishments and to make decorations and that sort of thing, and you look at them in that way. But that is not how Sam uses her pop-outs. She uses them in a completely different way, because she's Sam and she can't do anything normal. But it's so cool, and you get such awesome effects. Okay? So if you've bought pop-outs before, or you're interested in the pop-outs and you're wondering what else you can do with them, I really would advise you to go and check that out, because it is really, really good. Okay? Now, what I do want to quickly show you is, if you did join me for my live at 1 o'clock, thank you so much, because that means you're sticking with us all day. If you weren't able to catch us with our live at 1 o'clock, don't worry, you can go back. I did stamp out every single one of the new stamps that are being launched today, so you can see them being stamped and check out that detail, which is really good, and also go through all the sentiments, which means it gives you a really good look at those. But I was also showing you how I was colouring in the Christmas trees, like saying, like, you can go really colourful, you can go monochromatic, and I made this card in the live as well. But what I also showed you was one of the trees I was colouring in pink. Now, I was on the phone to Sam for about 20 minutes, and obviously I don't want to spend my entire time listening to her. So, I also finished what is probably going to be her Christmas card, because it's very pink and black, and that's very Sam. Okay? So basically, I finished colouring in the Christmas tree. I used the neon pink from my Sakura Moonlight pens, which is this one here. Okay. And then I used the Circles Inkable. Okay. To basically, I drew around the circles. I wouldn't even try and pretend I know which way. Oh yeah, about there. No. I drew around them with my Sakura Micron, and then did a loose line, like I was talking about earlier, like with the Easy Frame. And then I just stamped in some of this. So I basically put this together whilst on the phone to Sam. I put her on speaker, you know. And what I've also done is I've used the Christmas off the Christmas Calories Don't Count. So obviously we were talking about just using that on its own. And then I've put on lots of sequins. So it's really, really sparkly. Gone to town. But don't the little snowflakes look really cool in black as well? I'm really, really chuffed with those. But yeah, I definitely think that's going to be for Sam, because it's pink and black, and she loves pink and black. But that being said, Sam's decorations are gold. So I don't know if I should do one in more like golds, like do the heat embossing in gold. I don't know. I might come back. Okay. But now we are going to make a wreath. Okay. So I was talking about how you can make a wreath earlier using your Easy Frame. So we're going to do that. I think it's one of those things that's actually really easy to put together, and is really good fun if you're batch making as well. I have to be honest, if you could share the live at all, that would be great. Sorry, I can just hear a load of raging that's going on outside. Bit concerning, but here we are. Because I get the feeling Sammy can't find us either. Yeah, so we're going to make a wreath. Now, if you look at the Doodle, if you haven't joined us yet today, these are the 2 new Christmas stamps that we are launching today. They are available individually. They're also available as a bundle, which gives you a saving, and you do still get your free P&P on that, so you're not losing out on that to make the saving. Okay? So we'll put that to the side. Thank you very much, Alison. So what we're going to do is we're going to use... I've got another scalloped card. Like I said, I think they work for the festive season. Okay? And I've got a square panel that'll fit on top of that. And my 6-inch easy frame. Like I was saying, you can stick this down if you want. If that's the way you want to do things, you crack on. You absolutely should. But I'm not going to do that because I am just going to draw a line. Now, as it seems to be the way of it today, I cannot see my pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my microns. I'm going to get a green. Okay. I'm going to put my circle in what I believe to be the middle-ish. I don't think it matters too much if it's a bit closer to the top, because that means, you know, because you can always put your sentiment at the bottom. So I suppose theoretically it doesn't matter if it's too near the bottom either, because you can always put your sentiment at the top. Do you know what? We're just going to crack on. So I'm just going to draw our circle. And that means, like I say, you could do this in pencil as well, but I do probably think pen's probably a bit easier for you to see as well. And then we're going to move that to the side. Now, I was saying to you earlier, if you do look at your backing card, you'll see I've coloured in, because this is sort of colouring ideas, I've coloured in the bottom sprig a sort of warm, like autumny green. And then this one is more of a pine needles bluey green, to see, so you can see how they look in different, you know, in different sort of colourways on different sides of the green colour system. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to mix them up for this. Okay. Hey Sammy, you know the card I said I was making? Sorry, I'm just going to divert because she's here now. Sammy, you know the card I was making that I thought was very you? Do you want to see? How awesome is that? This does also answer a question. I have already had a message. You got colours out in the rain, meanie. Saying they look really small to colour in, and they're really easy to colour in. So that's why I wanted to show I could colour them in pink, the alternate ones. Isn't that cool? Love it. And so sparkly. Look at that. Love it. Okay, sorry, I'm back again. So from here, we're going to take our 2 wreathy, branchy, spriggy things. And we're going to stick with this super skinny slim. It seems to be our preferred one today. Obviously, you can get the smaller ones. And if you did miss Sam's live, she did also show you that she went over to Billy and Julie's earlier, and she's managed to obtain a prize. A prize! So all orders from today will be going into a prize draw to win some super skinny slims, little bundle of bonios and things she's got. Did she lock Alex out in the rain so he grows taller? Dominique, she's already the shortest in our house, so I doubt it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our forest moss. We're going to take our left-hand sprig, which is actually this one here, because if you look, it's growing to the left. And we're going to work our way around here. I'm just going to leave a little gap in between. And if you look, the curvature of this sprig perfectly matches the curvature of the easy frame. And of course, that was completely by design. You know, I designed it so you could confidently know that it will perfectly match the curvature of your 6-inch easy frame template. There's a lot of laughy faces going on here. It's like you don't believe me. Okay. Bit rude. And then we're going to go to our Rustic Wilderness, which is slightly more on the bluey end of the scale. Not quite as bluey as Pine Needles, but it's still on the way. It's still on the way. And this is going to be our right-hand sprig. So we will stamp to the right. Absolutely, Sammy. So if you wanted to use your right-hand sprig towards the left, you could use your mirror blocks to do that. Now, I am going to add in some more of these coming outwards, but I just wanted to, mainly to cover up the thumbprints that I'm putting all over. But I just wanted to get sort of like the base down. Okay? Which sounds like some sort of song from the 90s. But I won't sing. I'm just going to... I think what I might do as well is just add a little bit of these to the outside too. I actually think the small wreath easy frame would have worked absolutely fine on this. The small circle easy frame, sorry, would have been big enough. I thought it would get lost, but in all honesty, once you're adding in the foliage, I think it would have actually worked really, really well. Alright, so then we're going to go back to our other one. We will do the small one in some of the more earthy green as well. We're just going to add in a little bit, just a few of these, not too many. I just want to make sure that you've seen things stamp not in black, because I do stamp a lot in black, I know. I'm just going to build these up. I'll do that one coming across there. Just so it doesn't look quite as regimented, a bit more. I thought maybe the star. I wasn't brave enough to try it live though, but I will try it, you know, off. I suppose I could try it now if you wanted. Would you like me to try it now? Do you want me to try the star now? Look at me being all bold as brash, as if I can definitely put my hand straight on my star easy frame. Now, so this is what I wanted to show you here, is it's not always about choosing between your earthy tones and your more blue, you know, from your warm greens to your cool greens. You don't actually have to pick. In fairness, combining them can sometimes be the perfect solution, because it gives you that. Okay, right, Sam, now I'm going to have to see if I can actually locate. The problem with my easy frames is I used to use them a lot when I was out demoing. And so when it came to pack-up time, I just used to sort of throw them in places, so I don't always have them. I've got a heart. I've got an octagon. can't find a star, can I interest you in a heart? At all. I'm just going to double check. Haha! Star. Star. Because I am, in fact, a star. Right. Let me put that to the side there. Will this fit on here? This is going to be a tight one. I'll take your star. And I'm going to work a bit closer to the line, and I'm going to stick to the small sprig this time, I think. Right, so I don't want all of them facing out. So, for example, I want some of them facing in. Okay. And then I'll swap this for a forest moss. Oh. Yeah, so if you're doing a shape, you are going to have to stick more closely to it. Otherwise, you're going to lose I think some of the definition of that shape. But look, it's a star! And you could go in with your little and do it so it's like hanging down. The funny thing about that, right, is I would never be bold enough to try and attempt to do that on the front of a card without making it a panel. But I actually have. It's because I wasn't trying. If I'd have... So, for example, the wreath I'm doing, obviously I've made a panel. Is anyone else actually dying to see what the heart will look like? Because I can't deny I'm pretty intrigued. Let's do it. You could use red sequins, Sally, or red gems for berries if you wanted. But again, you could hang some baubles off the middle. That's really cute, actually, with the baubles. Look at that. Page 3 stunner. Right. Right. We're definitely going off on a tangent now, aren't we? Whee! Well, it's not going off on a tangent, is it? It's a variation of the planned theme. Thank you, thank you. I am now tempted as well to do... Have you seen the people that do... They call them wreaths, but they're not. But they do like door decorations where it looks like a horse's head or whatever, and it's filled with fur. So they call it a wreath because, you know, you hang it on your door, but it's not. It's a complete thing. So with, for example, the bird easy frame, you could fill it in with the foliage. Like, put the easy frame down. Fill it in with the sprigs and the foliage. And then you could just add some extra outside to make it look more, you know, when it's done. That would work as well. And obviously you could make, because you've got your 3 different snowflakes here as well, you could make some really nice snowflake wreaths. Which strikes me as something Sally will do. Making a snowflake wreath. I don't know why. Look, also pretty much matching up very nicely to the curvature of the heart. Aren't you glad I planned these things so well? Goodness gracious. You're so lucky. So as you can see, I'm going in with the bigger one a bit on this one, because I think we have a bit more room for that. I am going to go in with the smaller sprig. I do apologise if it's about to get noisy. The barbarian horde is about to come back into the house. By that I mean my family. Okay. So this is just, I'm just going to use the pale greens just so you can see. Just with the pale greens. Isn't that pretty? But I do think it does benefit. Oh, see, Alison nearly did a snowflake wreath as well. There you go. But I do think it does need, actually, a couple of greens. I'm not saying you need, because I know not everybody has all the colours. Do not for 1 minute think I do. I do not possess all the colours of Oxide. But I do think it'll benefit from a couple of colours, I have to say. Just gives it a little bit of depth. There you go. Like that there. And look, a really nice thumbprint to go with it. Yes, the little pitter-patters of my little Lucy dog. Okay. So, with your wreaths, like I say, I was using a circle. You do have the other shapes in the easy frames as well that make it really easy for you to follow that pattern and create in different shapes, which I absolutely love. Like, I love it. It's so good. Okay. Now, will I be able to continue? Now I'm all distracted by the magnificence that is that. Probably not. But we're going to try nonetheless. Okay. From here, I'm actually going to give that a little heat set. Because as we're embracing the sparkle, I do actually have a plan for the snowflakes on here. I'm going to heat set that up slightly. Not a lot. Hello, darling. Just trying to take out the residual wetness. Okay. And then we're going to go to, I do apologise for the back of my chubby arm. We're going to get some snowflake tinsel. Ranger embossing powder. And I'm going to take the larger one of the snowflakes. I'm going to take the Smart ink pad. Oh, I need a piece of paper. You are the winner. Okay. Now we're going to ink up this snowflake, and we're going to put it in random places. All around this wreath, to the point I can't remember where any of them are. I'm going to shake up our snowflake tinsel. As we can't remember where any of them are, we're just going to sprinkle it all over. Then tap off the excess and you can see them just highlighting on here. I might have over-pinged there. So I'll just put them on a little bit more. Alright. And then we've got this ready to heat and emboss, okay? So oh, look how beautiful that is. A little bit of twinkle with our snowflake tinsel. You can see as the powder's changing, they're really starting to glow white against the foliage in the background. Okay, so you can see you've just got those little snowflakes just standing out against that background. Now, I am going to, very quickly, with the green Sakura I've been using, I'm just going to do a little hand-drawn wiggly. Now the point of this, what I love about these is actually, the point is not to make it straight and not to match up with the one you did before. Okay, and then we're going to do some little zigzags here. And I have long since forgotten the rotation of this here card, so I don't know which is the top, which is the bottom, which is the side. I think it's that, but I'm not really sure. So let's get our card blank and see what we think. Okay. No. No. I think maybe that, the thicker bit on the bottom. Should we go with that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get some 3D foam. Put that on here. So to anyone that hasn't joined us yet today, and this is your first one, okay, while I'm assembling this, let me just talk you through the new stamps. So this is the Doodle Art Christmas tree. There are 11 stamps on this set. You've got the tree, the baubles, the presents at the bottom, 2 sprigs, 3 snowflakes, a Christmas pudding, and a couple of worker doodle stamps as well. Okay, and then on your mixed messages Christmas, you have 14 stamps, I think it is, maybe 14 or 15, but you can mix and match the sentiments together or in different places, which makes them really good fun too. I would say go and have a look at the 1 o'clock live from today, because I stamped them all out and you'll get a good look at all of them. Okay, so from here I think we need to add some baubles on. Now thinking about it, I probably should have done that stamped on before, but I actually think they're going to be okay in the black. Or should I go for it and do a greeny Christmas tree? Oh, I think we should do a greeny Christmas tree. Okay, so I'm going to grab what I said I was using as my painty blending mat earlier, and we're going to stick with the 2, let me put my snowflake tinsel away, and we're going to stick with the 2 colours that we've been using already for this project. Lots of good winter warmer dinners. We're having sausage and mash. Rustic Wilderness and a forest moss. Okay, now you can really see when I put them on there that they're 2 very different. This is why green is not green. There's lots of different greens, because they're both green, but you can see how different they are. Okay, so we're going to just move that to the side a second. Get our water, as the Americans think we say it. And you know what, we'll go with some Rustic Wilderness first. You know what, we're just going to go, I'm going to make it darker up here. Here we go. You see, when you don't water it down, it does cover the lines a little because of the opacity of the oxides, but that's okay. I'm just going to pull it down. And I'll go into forest moss. And over there. And now we're going to blend them a little bit together to give us another green. Oh, I went a bit over there. Never mind. And then we'll a little bit more forest mossy this one. Give us another green. This is why when people say, you know, I'm just really starting to build up my distress collection, what colour should I start with? I honestly don't know how to answer that question, because you're going to want them all, but you can mix them to start with. Well, you can mix them for as long as you like, but sometimes it's just easier to have them. Okay. I'm going to go back. To our rustic wilderness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with a mix to fade out too. And then what this is going to do, you see, this is just going to make sure that this goes, for want of a better description, what we've got there. So I'm going to go with a rustic wilderness for the trunk. And then I'm going to go with a really washed out forest moss for the star. Forgot about that triangle. Also going to go in there. Okay, then we're going to move this back to the side and give this a little heat set. You know what? That's good. I've added quite a bit of water to that, so I'm going to get my drying board. You think you started with a set of 10 from us about 5 years ago and I'm still using them? I can honestly say, Alison, I've never replaced a distress ink pad. And I've used them for demos, for TV. I've never replaced one. A mini one, a big one. None of them. And I do use them a lot. So this is why I still always come back to distress. Even if I try other ink pads or whatever, all roads lead back to distress. Because the longevity on them, and I know they'll do all the techniques I want them to do. Okay, so then it is white pen time. I'm going with a hybrid gel because I don't have an Ink Essentials pen and the Posca is going to be too big. Okay, so, oh come on, I left the lid off all day. Rookie mistake. Here we go. So we're just going to basically add on some highlights because obviously we've got the white highlights in the wreath from the Snowflake tinsel snowflakes that we've embossed. So adding some white accents to the tree sort of goes with. You don't need to overdo it if you don't want to. You can just add in a few here and there. But as well, I think because of the relaxed, we're going to call it relaxed, drawing style of the stamps with the doodle art, you don't need to get too pernickety. I don't know if that's a word. Pernickety when you're colouring. Because it's loose, fun, flowy style. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take our white pen and pick out some of the bigger circles out of this section. Because some of them are very, very tiny. Okay, and then I'm just going to run my white pen over where I went over the edge there a bit. That was just a bit too much bevelly. Right, again, and I'm going to put dots in the top ones and in the bottom ones, and not do anything to the middle ones. Just to keep it interesting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out some random ones of these. On there, and again pick out some random ones of these ones. You can do it in a pattern if you wanted to. It actually doesn't take as long as you think. I then think that on there. And if you needed to, of course, you could strategically place that over any thumbprints that you have made. Not that you would make thumbprints, of course, but I'm just saying. If. And then we're going to put that right about in the middle. And then we need a sentiment. So what have I already got? What have I already used today? So today I've already used Christmas, and it's Christmas. So I think we're going to go with naughty is the new nice, because I think it really works. There's always a random thumbprint that needs hiding, like always. Okay. If you were my sentiment, where did it go? Did I flick it on the floor when I was picking up my adhesive? Okay. That's going to be too long for where I want to put it. Right, it's okay, it's okay. Where did it go? Don't panic, I've got some more stamped up. I just need 2 seconds to cut it out. Let me just cut out in the big scissors, and then I'll use my little scissors to refine it. Absolutely, you could use glitter in the gaps, and that'll give you a really nice sort of tie-in to the don't get your tangle in a tinsel. No, don't get your don't get your tinsel in a tangle. In fairness, the only reason I'm not using the don't get your tinsel in a tangle is because I'd want to put the tree a little bit further off to the left. It's just positioning is the only reason. It's not like me not to put it all out in position before I stick it down. Don't know why I did that. Don't get your tangle in a tinsel. That is not what I meant to say. Don't think that's a surprise. Okay. Using some Distress Collage Medium Matte in the 2 fluid and squeeze tub. I'm just gonna naughty as new nice. Marvellous. So look at that. I actually really love that. And I do think that with the wreaths, with the other shapes you're able to do, that does open up a lot of possibilities there. You know, in being able to obviously hang the baubles, you can cut the baubles up and use them separately and put them in different places around. It gives you a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of projects that I don't think we've even considered yet with these fantastic stamps. And I love the way that even though they're doodle art, and you would say almost contemporary in how they look, you can use the traditional colours, you can go monochromatic, or you can go bright and jazzy. And that's really what I want you to have a look at. So yeah, just as another reiteration, so both the new stamps are available individually, but if you are getting both, you're better getting the bundle. You will save £3 and you still get your free P&P. If you are joining us for the first time today, these aren't the only new items today. We also have pop-out mini baubles. Okay, and I think these are going to be great for gift tags. Basically, these are small 3cm versions of the three-part baubles we did last year, that were much bigger, and they still are available in the MDF others section, but these are in the pop-out section, and you've got that frame, the inner for the frame and the back. Okay, and you have the 2 rows of those and you have 6 different designs of top, okay, that you can play with. Now what we also have, and Sam did a brilliant live at 3 o'clock showing how you can use these as a printing plate, not just as pop-outs, okay? And then what we also have in the MDF other section are new steampunk MDF baubles, okay? You've got 3 sort of traditional bauble shapes, and then you've got the more specialist ones. You've got a Christmas tree, a snowman, and a star. Okay, these are made from the 3mm MDF. All of our MDF is FSC approved, so it's all from sustainable forestry. I'm so glad Sally's doing the 8 o'clock live, because I don't think I've got the teeth for it. Keep tripping over my words. Okay, but they would also look beautiful. So these look great with your... It's all right, Moira, the oven timer. It's all right, David is stood right there. Make my dinner. So you can use all your mediums on these. If you are using pale colours, I would suggest you gesso first, but I haven't got the patience for that. If I wanted a pale colour, in fairness, I'd probably just heat emboss with it. So do that. Heat emboss with them. Use your gloss sprays, your paints, all that sort of thing. All we ask is show us what you've made, but it's not because we want to check on you, we're just nosy. Alright, so Sally is going to be back with some more amazing techniques using the new Doodle Art Christmas tree and Mixed Messages Christmas at 8 o'clock. I could tell you what she's doing, but why ruin the surprise? Check it out for yourself. So she'll be here at 8 o'clock. And if you have any other questions in the meantime, please ask us. Or if you don't want to ask us and you'd like to ask Sally, make sure you get those questions prepped, because she is a ninja and she will answer them in a ninja style, I'm sure. But then again, it is now November, so she might just be wearing her Mardi Cardi. You just don't know. Alright then guys, thank you so much and have a fantastic rest of your evening. We will see you at 8 PM. Oh, and there's a prize. Bye.